6 years sober. Today is my 6-year sobriety date. 5 essential things I've learned up to this point in time. Let's go. Kyle Ruggeri, the Soberdog, coming at you. Today's a big day. Try not to make too big of a deal of it, but today is 6 years sober for me, so it is a big day. It has been an interesting run, and for those that have been following for a while, so kind of how my recovery has went. I had a year sober, I relapsed, I had another year sober, I relapsed, and now it's been 6 straight years. So I've kind of been in recovery for 8 years, and then there was 2, both of them happen to be 5-day relapses in between there. I know some people don't count the time, and some people work different programs, and I got love and respect for anything and everything anyone does, whatever works for you. For me, I do go to a program that does count time like that. But I still don't think the fact that I had a year sober and then relapsed negates that time I had. You know, I did a lot of rebuilding in that time. I had a lot of good memories. I was around good friends and family. And then it was just 5 days of fucked upness, you know, that I just went off the rails for a minute. But I didn't, thank God, get rearrested or caused a ton of damage in that period. You know, I don't think that negates time for people in any of that. It's been 6 years, so it's my 6-year sobriety date today. And I just wanted to share a couple of important things that, you know, I've learned throughout this time period, and maybe it could help others. Remember, you guys are the best, the Soberdogs crew. I'm going to be pushing to post more consistently. November's been a tough month. Mentally, I've shared this in the past. November is not the greatest month of the year for me with seasonal depression and the holidays and the sobriety date. I get a little squirrely, and solitary in the past fucked me up in November. But you guys are the best. Thank you for the love and support, sticking around. You know, subscribe, join the membership, check out our Patreon. I really appreciate it. Like and share the video and show some love in the comments. Let's go. Yeah. All right. So 5 important things I've learned in recovery up to this point in time. Number 1, and probably the most important, is your recovery is unique to you. There is so many different philosophies and theories and different things on recovery, programs, everything. That's fine. Some I think work better than others. Some worked better for me or didn't. Some worked better for you or didn't. Your recovery is unique to you, and don't let others tell you you have to do something specific the exact way it worked for them. You know, if somebody is doing something that clearly is bettering their life and I want that, sure, I'm going to listen to them and follow what they say and at least give it a shot. But that does not mean every single thing they do has to be the exact same. Quick example is, you know, I do some 12-step meetings, and I know some people that go to a meeting a day and that's what they need. And they've been doing it for 20 years. I know others that go once a week and that's what they need. And it's different for both. And that's fine. So your recovery is unique to you, and it doesn't have to be cookie cutter to anybody else's one recovery program. Second thing is essential that I've learned in recovery. I have to protect my recovery. Nobody else is going to protect it for me. I have to protect it. The rest of the world doesn't stop and change what they do to suit my new lifestyle. That's not how anything works. It's not how it's ever gonna work. I can't expect my family to not drink on holidays. I can't expect football teams to not have beer commercials. You know, I can't expect to not run into somebody using drugs in the street. That's just life. That's how stuff's gonna be here and there. I need to protect my recovery with whatever works and whatever I need to do on a daily basis to keep it in the forefront of my brain to be prepared for that stuff. I've run into some people who kind of get a little jaded at the outside world, where it's like, I can't believe how prevalent alcohol is. I can't believe what's going on here and there. And it's like, I understand that, but I can't expect, you know, because I got sober doesn't mean the rest of the world's going to be like, oh, we should all, you know, stop drinking. They don't have a drinking problem. I did. So I needed to stop. They don't. And if they do, that's up to them how they handle it or what they do or don't do. But it's not me to be on my high horse to be like, oh, this place shouldn't have alcohol. There shouldn't be so many alcohol commercials. There shouldn't be drugs in this. Weed shouldn't be. Like, that's none of my business. If something bothers me, I don't go there. I stay away from it. And I just got to live my life and know what's good and what's not for me. And it might not be the same for you. Number 3, time takes time. Repairing takes time. This is a hard one because there's so many different pieces of life throughout recovery that I've wanted to get better. Build certain relationships, get finances back on track, job going and then get a promotion at that job and then move up. Just a lot of different pieces, and everything I want, I expect and want it to happen quicker than it's going to. And I need to remember, I was out ripping and running for give or take 15 years. I've gotten 8 years in recovery, 6 years sober. I can't expect my whole life to repair in 60 days, 90 days, even a year. Like, this stuff takes time and a lot of work. And until I really slowed down and accepted that, it bothered me. Why is so-and-so not trust me yet? Well, because I lied to them for 4 years straight, and now it's 120 days and I'm expecting them to trust me again. No, it's going to take time to build that trust back. Just because I got sober and it's been 18 months doesn't mean that I deserve 4 promotions. All these little things take time, and I had to kind of accept that. And until I did, I was pissed at the work, pissed at all these different things that weren't working out quick enough. And it's slow down. It's kind of a cliche, corny saying, but 20-mile walk in the woods, 20-mile walk out. So I ripped and ran and created destruction for 15 years. It's going to take at least that amount of time to, undo a lot of stuff. Some stuff quicker, some stuff slower, but that's how it is. Number 4, do whatever you have to do to stay alive and stay in recovery. Don't let people, places, or programs dictate what works for you. If you need to be on a medication that helps you not crave heroin, not crave alcohol, or antidepressant or whatever, don't let anyone else outside of your medical team and your doctor and your own research dictate if that is working for you or not. If something is helping you better your life, go with it. And if somebody doesn't like it, fuck them. That's not their problem. If it's helping you and you're repairing and it makes your life better, great, fantastic. Don't let a program or a person or a place be you can't do that. I had a parole officer that basically told me, any single pill you are on is negative and bad. Who are you? She's not a recovery coach. She's not in recovery. She's not a recovering addict. She's not a doctor. She's not a nurse. She's none of that. She doesn't have depression. She doesn't take any meds. She doesn't understand any of it. And you're going to tell me, a guy who's a year out of prison with a history of, concussions and head trauma, that my antidepressant that I was taking long before prison and addiction that helps is a drug and is bad and I need to get off it? That's just dangerous for her to say. Don't let people influence you who have no idea what they're talking about. And the last one sounds a little corny, sounds a little cliche, whatever, but you got to be grateful for where you're at and have fun. Have fun and do things that make you smile and do things to be happy. Don't get into recovery to be miserable. If you are in recovery and you're miserable, you got to switch something up. You got to do something. I know a lot of people that are in recovery that just hate life. Something's not clicking or working there. Your brain is going to take time to repair. So when I take the dog for a walk, I don't get the same rush I got from shooting, bags of coke and dope. But as time goes on, my brain gets a little bit better to where I can start appreciating these little things. And I'm not comparing it to these other highs. Nothing is going to compare to shooting a giant pile of meth and coke and dope. It's just not. That releases, 800% the dopamine in my brain. The best orgasm releases 150% or whatever it is. My numbers aren't exact, but those are give or take. So it's never going to compare, and that's okay. But I don't need to set the bar up there like, oh, I go work out and it's not phenomenal. Well, it's okay. It's helping me boost a little bit, but do things that make you happy and enjoy life and be grateful again for where you're at. If you're alive today, that's huge. That's awesome. You're winning. And then just do one little thing and repair and hang out with family and hang out with friends and go, fun places you can go. Like, yeah, we all got to work and do tough stuff, but recovery's not miserable and it shouldn't be. And the people I know that enjoy recovery are having a blast, and doing fun stuff and making the best of it. So don't let it be a downer. I put on the back of a bunch of Soberdog shirts, sobriety doesn't equal misery. The people that are miserable in sobriety, something's not clicking. They're not doing something they should be, or they're not pushing themselves to get out and enjoy it something. There obviously can be cases where there's just something going on in the brain, but enjoy it. Be grateful for where you're at. Enjoy it. Stay strong. Whatever your program is, it doesn't matter. You don't have to do what I did. Just stay strong and keep kicking ass. Anything that helps people stop dying, I am for. All right, K-Ruggs the Soberdog, and I'm out. See ya. K-Ruggs and Danny boy, are you such a spoiled butthead? Yeah, you are. You got bones and walks and car rides and yeah, you are.